On target 1, representing Luxembourg, Mariya Shkolna. On target 2, representing Turkey, Songul Lok. Line judge Desislava Vladimiro. Target judge Maureen Kruders.
Well, there we have it. Mariya Shkolna of Luxembourg is the world number 27 at 24 years old. That's 4 years older than Songul Lok of Turkey, who's the world number 62. You've probably heard on the mics that there's a little bit of wind here. You can see in the background some of these tents are blustering away. I wonder what these conditions are going to be like. 15 arrows, a cumulative score. The archer with the highest score will take gold at this European Grand Prix, and it's Shkolna to get us underway.
Nine.
Both low left to start with.
It's a very good grouping already. So I wonder if she'll adjust her sight. Yeah, there she goes.
9.
Same goes for her. Also adjusting her sight.
10.
Got a bit of a longer hold there from Lok, but you probably could hear the wind blowing. So a couple of things, Chef. We don't have much time in between these ends in compound archery. She shot over 50 meters. The agents down there clearing the targets. So first things first, you talked about grouping and changing sights. Tell us, just explain that a little bit more.
Yeah, so you could see that both archers had a first arrow that hit in a certain place, and the second arrow was right next to it. So that's the beginning of a group of arrows. The group is, you're able to move the group by moving your sight. So if you move your sight, your aiming is different. You have to move your hand to still aim in the middle. And that will eventually, if you're at some sort of level, then you will be able to hit the middle. So yeah, the sight is a wonderful little tool to hit the middle.
So grouping good, and then you just want to move it into the center of the target, I think is...
yeah, it all starts with grouping.
Yeah, so good start from the pair of them. All tied up, subject to referee calling this, but I think that's already been called. 28 apiece. And the scores just build up through this match.
Nine.
So mini advantage for Lok.
It's a bit far to the left. All of her arrows have hit left from center so far, but that one has gone out of the gold, which is maybe due to the wind, but definitely something that she should try to correct with this arrow. That's better.
Well, you could see the wind blowing there, that dropping down into the 8. So 55 apiece. So this was my second question. Like I said, Chef, we don't have much time in between the ends. But the second question was about the wind, and it's blustery. So I suppose the first thing is there an element of luck here when you're standing on the shooting line that your opponent may have no wind, and then all of a sudden you get a massive gust, and
yeah,
your arrow is affected?
that's definitely something to take into consideration. But yeah, that's just one of the risks of having an outdoor sport. I mean, I think in all outdoor sports, the circumstances and the elements have a little bit of play, and yeah, that's just one of the things you'll have to deal with.
Mariya Shkolna.
Just another thing these archers have to deal with. I mean, they're shooting 10s so regularly, both in competition and in training. But when you're standing on that shooting line, this comes down to a battle of wits and the ability to control your own emotions. 55 apiece as we go into the third end. Nothing between the pair of them, so it will be Mariya Shkolna of Luxembourg to shoot again in the third end.
Yeah, and I said that she should correct her left 8, and obviously it's really easy for us sitting here in our chairs to say that, but I've been there on the line, and it's not always as easy as it looks from the TV screen. So
9.
I'm sure she's
Done a
doing
good
a better
job
job than I would have.
Well, I'm not sure about that. Two-time Olympic semi-finalist giving us his expert opinion here.
9.
Still nothing between them at the moment.
Well, there's surprisingly little side turning going on the side of Lok. She has a pretty good group on the left bottom of the target, or of the gold, I should say. But she didn't move her side after that arrow, or she might have done it after they switched camera. But
10.
so mostly on the low side and often left. But
9.
182. Obviously can be succumbed here. 84 possible, but she's gone into the 8 as well. So, are we seeing a case of, as I always say, Chef, the archery to me is someone who doesn't shoot regularly. I've had a little go. I'm not quite as good as you. I think that's probably a little bit of an understatement. But it's a game of opportunity and then taking that opportunity. So the opportunity when it arises has to be something that's taken. Now, often you guys say, well, we don't even know the opportunity's there, but it seemed like Songul Lok did know there was a chance to take a lead there.
yeah, I think she might have noticed, but in archery, you cannot really change anything about your opponent. It's not like a sport that's a 1v1 where there's tactics involved. It is 1v1, but essentially you're shooting against yourself and trying to get the highest level possible for yourself. And in essence, it doesn't matter what the opponent's doing because you're trying to hit the middle. So, of course, she had an opportunity, but it shouldn't matter. Let's put it that way.
It shouldn't matter indeed. We shall come back to that, Chef, because there's nothing between these two. Tight match, 82 apiece. We go into the fourth end, and it's back to Mariya Shkolna of Luxembourg. Longer hold.
9.
Not sure if it paid off. I think it's right outside of the 10.
9.
Still both making little adjustments.
Yeah, finally, I would say on this account of Lok.
10.
There you go. So you can see that Shkolna has a pretty round group with the center somewhere within the 10 ring, where Lok has a,
X.
I think maybe even better group size, but it's just slightly left and slightly low. So the fact that she moved her sight, I think, is a very smart move.
Longer hold for Shkolna this time. Oh, I think that's just outside. It's marked for a measure. So down as 111 on the scoreboard. Could be 110 though. That's definitely a 10 though. Yeah, there you go indeed. So 111 for sure for Lok. Do we think we need a measure here, Chef?
From our perspective, it looks like a 9, but yeah, there's also a weird shadow that is cast over the line, so it's difficult to say. We might have to wait for the judge to.
While we wait for that, Judge, let me go back to what you were saying before because it fascinates me. You're standing there in the Olympic semi-final, number 1 or number 2, you decide. Do you really have no idea what the other person does? You really have no idea that opportunity is there, or that you're leading, or that you're behind?
Yeah, you do have an idea, but you try not to influence or let that influence your shot. So if you're mentally strong, which at some moments I maybe wasn't, or I wouldn't have been a semi-finalist but a finalist, but if you're strong enough, then you should take that information or not hear it, but don't do anything with it. Just fire the same shot that you would always do, because there's no real risk taking or real tactics in archery. You always want to hit the middle, so yeah, you don't need to know what the other person is shooting, and if you do know, you don't need to do anything with it.
Well, there you have it. We go into the 5th set, and as you can see, the scores are level. Arrow was marked up. Three arrows remaining. What a shot from Mariya Shkolna. A 10. It takes her to 1-2-1 and puts the pressure on. Oh, what a reply from Lok. They are all square. Nothing between these two.
They both seem to have found the middle now. And yeah, the first arrow from Mariya is a nice marker as well. With the magnification in their scopes, they're able to see the arrow sitting in the target, and it's nice to be aiming at a little spot. Where Lok is again in that left low group, but maybe this was just not as good as a shot as the rest, because the rest of her last couple of arrows were quite centered.
Well, Shkolna could put it out of reach here, but there was a big movement, a couple of big movements, a long hold. Oh, and it's just clung on for the 9 for a 140. But what pressure now. Lok needs a 10 to force a shoot off here. Oh, bang on the line. Bang on the line for a 140. 140 apiece. There was nothing between these two. But, Chef, we talked about this all the way through. There was a golden opportunity for Mariya Shkolna with her third arrow, having seen Lok shoot a 9 with her second. A 10 would have put it out of reach, and she held on
like
for ages.
Like I said before, it's really easy for us to think like, oh, if she only had shot a 10, then. But you could see that the wind was really blowing her around, and the bow was like, I didn't notice any stable moments in her shot. So I think the fact that she kept it within the gold is already an achievement. So there's always two perspectives, and we cannot see what she's seeing in the sight, but yeah, I think a shoot-off is always exciting for us to watch, at least. So
it certainly is. And like you said, there's always two perspectives. But from our perspective, if you're a neutral watching this, what a start to this European Grand Prix here in Bulgaria, in the beautiful city of Plovdiv. We've got Mariya Shkolna of Luxembourg, the world number 27, up against Songul Lok of Turkey, the world number 62. They could not be separated until the 5th end, and it went up and down, and they came out after 15 arrows, all tied up at 140 apiece. The target faces are being cleaned or replaced, basically clean faces being put onto the target 50 meters down the range, so that we can have a 1 arrow sudden death shoot off for the compound women's gold medal here at the European Grand Prix. What a start to our live coverage here. What a match between these two. Shkolna had it. She had a chance. She might have another opportunity right here. One arrow closest to the middle takes the gold medal. Who is going to get it? Let's find out. Shkolna to shoot first on target number 1. Well, it's a
really
good
shoot-off arrow.
Yeah, it's a good 10, isn't it, Chef? There's room, though. There is room. Lok hits the 10, but that looks like it's on the 9-10 line. And for me, Shkolna has taken this one. Chef, do you agree?
I do agree. Yeah, this one seems like a pretty clear win for Mariya Shkolna. And yeah, I think if you shoot a 10 in the shoot-off, you don't have yourself to blame. Like, you've shot a good arrow, and yeah, that's just bad luck. The opponent just shot a little bit better.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a winner. Mariya Shkolna wins the gold medal in the compound women individual event.